नमस्ते स्वामी जी।
नमस्ते।
Pranam Maharaj, Satvik from Bangalore.
Oh, namaste, Satvik. Namaste. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Dear devotees, if you remember, in this third Valli, Sadhana Lakshanani has been started to be discussed by Lord Yama. So, Indriyani Ahyanyayu Vishayasteshu Gocharan Atmendriya Manoyuktam Bhoktetyahur Manishinaha. We are supposed to discuss this. And last class we discussed Atmanam Brathinam Vidhi Shariram Brathamevatu Buddhintu Saratim Vidhi Pragrahama Naraha. So it is a beautiful comparison. Compare a chariot. Chariot is what? Our physical body. Then the person, the owner of the chariot, who is sitting there, is the Jivatman or the embodied self. Then the charioteer, Sarathi, is considered as Buddhi, our intellect. The reins, Lagam we say in Kannada or Hindi. So that is what here mind. And the horses are five sense organs of knowledge. And the path or the road which the chariot travels is what? Sense objects. So we have got a 5-lane path actually. So 2-lane, 1-lane, 4-lane path and all we are here. So nature has provided for us 5-lane path to travel. Sometimes we may be traveling in 1 lane, sometimes we may be traveling in 2 lanes, sometimes we may be traveling in 3 lanes or whatever. So it is a 5-lane path. Hindriyani hayanahu. So the sense organs of knowledge, especially, it has been considered as hayan ahu. Hayan ahu. Ahu means it is said, hayan means horses. So consider that the sense organs of knowledge as horses. Vishayasteshu gocharan. The objects of the senses are the sense objects are the paths. Then Atmendriya Manoyuktam. Atma Indriya Manoyuktam. The self, when united with the sense organs and the mind, Bhokte Tyahur Manishinaha. Such person is called the enjoyer by the wise people. So when the self got attached with the mind and sense organs, he or she is called as none other than Jivatma or the embodied self. And what is the nature of the embodied self? He is the Bhokta. He is the enjoyer, he is the experiencer. Here enjoyer means experiencer. Experiencing good and bad, right and wrong, happiness and sorrow, all things. So the moment is Bhokta, it presupposes he is Karta also. The moment is a Bhokta, then he will be Karta also. Karta means doer. So, Naham Karta, Naham Bhokta. The self is supposed to be neither Karta, the doer, nor the experiencer, Bhokta. But here it is Bhokta means Karta also includes. That means the Karta and Bhokta is only pertaining to the body and mind, not the self. But we have mistaken, we have misidentified, or we have mixed up things. And as if we are thinking that I am suffering, I am happy, or I am unhappy. I am experiencing profit, or I am experiencing loss. I am experiencing favorable circumstances. I am experiencing lot of challenges. Now here I'm saying that this I is mixed up with self with the mind, which is nothing but reflected consciousness. But the property of the reflected consciousness or the mind and the sense organs has been superimposed on the self, and as if self is struggling or self is suffering, we are thinking it. Yes, my mind is experiencing happy. My mind is experiencing sorrow. My mind is experiencing favorable circumstances. My mind is experiencing unfavorable circumstances. But that should be our case. That should be the case. But I am thinking or I am assuming that I am experiencing all of them. That should be understood. Now, it is quite interesting why the sense organs are the indriyas are compared to horses itself. That is a quite interesting actually. Why? Horses, what they do? It travels from one place to another. Without the horses, we cannot go. But without the chariot, sitting on the horse by riding, we can go from one place to another. But without horses, chariot cannot travel. So similarly, the senses will help us to go and hook to the or give the experience of the different sense objects. So from that point, this sense organs has been compared to horses is quite interesting. Just like horses takes us from one place to another, the sense organs will help us to experience one after another. And according to the Vedanta, how do we define sense object? Sense object is defined as the sense pleasure which is derived from the object. I like chocolate. I like chocolate. When you say, the Vedantin asks, my dear, do you like really the chocolate? You say, yes, I like chocolate. Then the Vedantin says, please try to understand. You don't like the chocolate, you like the taste of the chocolate. So I am liking the experience which is derived from the chocolate actually. And that experience is derived from the sense organ called a tongue. So the experience which chocolate is giving, based on that, I am liking that experience or liking that taste, and then I say that I like chocolate. So none of us, we like any particular object, we only like the sense experience which is provided from that object actually. And here the science and the Vedanta, they differ a bit actually. For an example, now you are watching a TV, you are watching a movie. One is you are hearing the sound is, you are hearing the sound, the dialogues, film dialogues or the music, and you are also watching the movie. So two sense organs are working here. Of course, the light is falling on the TV, and the reflection of the light is falling on your retina, and the retina is sending some sense data, and the mind is processing it, and it is giving back the information. Okay, you are watching the movie and you are seeing a particular hero or a particular heroine or whatnot. Then what about the sound? The sound has been emitted by the TV again. That particularly it goes in a frequency in the waveform, and it goes and it touches your eardrum. And eardrum sends its sensation to the brain in the form of waves, sound waves, and mind process the data, and it gives the knowledge of the particular the sound of the music. This is what our science says. Now the Vedanta gives a different picture. Now, for example, I am watching a movie, or I am watching for example, I am seeing darshan here. So what happens here? According to the Vedanta, the sense organ, the mind, with the help of sense organs, it goes and it takes the form of the object. And the consciousness, it lights the object, and we get the information, or we get the knowledge of an object. So here mind and sense organs are going and getting the knowledge. That's what in the Vedanta, and in the science, the knowledge is derived mostly the sense organs receive the information or receive the data about the sense object, and that's how we experience or we get the knowledge. So there is a minor difference between the Vedantic way of perception and the scientific way of perception. So based on the Vedantic way of perception, so here how horses are taking from one place to another, it helps us to travel from one place to another. So we are experiencing the world or its objects through the sense organs and the mind. Yastu vignanavan bhavati yuktena manasa sada tasyendriyani vashyani duštashva iva sarate. Bad horses. What is bad horses here? Yastu vignanavan bhavati. Who is devoid of right understanding, or who is devoid of viveka? Yastu avignavan bhavati. When you split it, yastu avigna, if you split it becomes yastu, yastu avignavan bhavati. Who is devoid of viveka, or the power of discernment? Ayuktena manasa sada. Means one who is devoid of discernment means what? One whose buddhi or the charioteer is confused, is drunk, or asleep, or lack of clarity, all these things. Then ayuktena manasa sada means whose mind is unrestrained. When the buddhi is not working properly, when the buddhi itself is confused, then the mind is also doubtful. So here the manas represents the reins. So when the Sarathi is not able to control properly, or he is not in his senses, then what happens? His reins gets loosened. When the moment reins gets loosened, then horses also goes mad actually. Tasendriyani vashyani. So because the driver is not steady and he doesn't have a control over on himself, because of that he has let the reins loose, and because of that even the horses are going hither and thither. Here the sense organs are not under his control. Doctor has told for me not to eat sweets. I saw the sweet and immediately my understanding went away. I forgot doctor's prescription, doctor's advice. I thought, let me eat and let me take one more tablet. Why? Because my mind is not under my control. And manas is not under my control. Sense organs, just like a mad horses, it went towards the sense object or the experience of the sense object. Then I've been tempted to eat sweet, which I am not supposed to. Then my mind is confused. I feel that there is a terrible war in me happening. Whether should I eat sweet or should I not eat sweet? Of course, we are not supposed to eat sweet because doctor has told, but still we are unable to maintain it. Why? Because mind and sense organs are not under our control. We feel that as if, then what happens for such a time? Then the horses is going as its wish, and the charioteer and the traveler, I mean the owner who is sitting in the chariot, all of them will be misled and they will meet with an accident. They might fall into valley, they might get into the some shrubs or bushes or what it might be. There will be an accident. That's what happens in our lifetime or in our day-to-day experience. I know that I'm not supposed to do, but still I am doing it. Why? So one is lack of clarity. Sometimes there is a clarity, but still I am unable to control the reins. I mean, the charioteer, the Sarathi, is steady. He knows what to do and what not to do, but unfortunately, is not able to control mind and sense organs. Then also, in such cases, the charioteer and the owner both will meet an accident. That has been told here. Dushtashva ivasarate. The horses are bad. Why? Because the sense organs are not under control. When the horses are not under control means what? His mind is not under control. Reins are not under control. For such a person, he will meet with an accident. So the failed charioteer, uncontrolled mind, uncontrolled desires uncontrolled passions, which is a natural phenomena for most of us. I think I keep this telling this story. When Krishna came to Sandhana in the Kurukshetra war, he privately meets Duryodhana and he asks Duryodhana, you come from the Bharata clan, such a great people have been born in that clan, Bharata clan, and this doesn't befit you. Why are you behaving in this way, my dear? Please correct yourself, which will bring good for yourself and for your family. Otherwise, you will also get into problem, and whole of your clan also will be will be landed into trouble. Then Duryodhana, he opens himself. Janami dharmam nachame pravrutti, janami papam nachame nivrutti, kim karniyam Vasudeva. Oh, Vasudeva, what shall I do? I know what is dharma, what is right, I know, but I'm not feeling I should practice it or I should do it. And I know what is papa, what is sin, adharma, I know. But at the same time, I am unable to leave it. What shall I do? So this is the case with most of us. We know what to be done, we know what not to be done, but still we are unable to do it because lack of willpower. The reins are not under our control. When the reins are not under our control, the horses are not under our control. So such chariot will meet an accident. The same thing is happening. I know driving, but still a brake and clutch is not in my hands. Then what happens? Again, there will be an accident. बन्धुरात्मात्मनस्तस्य येनात्मैवात्मना जितः अनात्मनस्तु शत्रुत्वे वर्तेतात्मैव शत्रुवत्. I think one para got missed. So, why I'm telling you this sloka particularly, sorry, it is referring to the Gita actually. In the Gita, the same idea has been told. Bandhuratmatmanastasya yenatmai vatmana jitaha. One whose mind is under control, such a mind will be a relative. In the Gita, 6th chapter, 6th shloka. The self is a friend of oneself for him by whom the self is mastered, means the mind is mastered. Anatmanastu shatrutve vartet atmaiva shatruvatu. And that's very self, means that very mind will be enemy for whom he has not controlled his mind or whose mind is not under control. Who is the real friend and who is the real enemy? Oh, I have got a childhood friend, Swamiji. He is my real friend. My neighbor or my colleague is a real enemy. Because of him, because of him or her, my life was in panic, was in scoop. We may think, but according to Krishna and Upanishads, it is not so. I am the real friend of myself and I am the real enemy of myself. How? When my mind is under my control, I am the real friend. When my mind is not under my control, I am the real enemy of myself. So, none to blame. Because of him or her, I am happy. Because of him or her, I am unhappy. No, that is not the right excuse actually. That is not the right reason. If your mind is under your control, yes, you can do whatever you want. If the mind is not under your control, then many things will not fall at its place. So all thing is what? Controlling the mind. Controlling the mind includes when your mind is controlled, sense organs will automatically come under control. Why? Because the mind is giving the energy for the sense organs. Yastu vignanavan bhavati yuktena manasa sada tasyendriyani vashyani sadashva ivasarate. So here they are good horses. Earlier sloka in the 5th mantra or 5th sloka it was a dushtasva sarate. Here sadashva ivasarate. So here good horses. Why it is got good horses? Yastu vignanavan bhavati. One who possessing right understanding. Yastu avignavan bhavati earlier. So here yastu vignanavan bhavati means one who has got a right understanding. One who is viveki. He know what to do, why to do, when to do, how to do. He knows. And of course, he should put into practice also. He knows means he is supposed to put into practice. Upanishad, he says, oh, he knows but is not able to do means he doesn't know according to the Upanishad. In our day-to-day life, that's what we said. He may be knowing, but he is not putting it to practice. That is, knowing and practicing both are two different things for us. But according to the Upanishad, if you know means, that means you should be able to put into practice. So yastu vijnanavan bhavati means one who has got right understanding, one who is viveki, one who's the what do you say, the morality and ethics and everything is intact. Yuktena manasa sada. Yuktena manasa sada. Not one time, two time. Sometimes all our minds are under perfectly control, as if like it is like Brahmagnani's mind. But sada means always. One whose mind is firmly restrained, firmly under control, always. Tasyendriyani vashyani. And one whose mind is under control or restrained always, tasya indriyani vashyani. So his senses also will be under his control. Sense organs themselves, they do not have much energy. It all depends on the mind and intellect. If the mind and intellect is under control, then the sense organs will be in under control. They cannot create problems by themselves. Sadashva ivasarate. They are considered as good horses of the charioteer. Means the charioteer is well aware the travel is taking and is well conscious and is having a control on his reins and control on the horses. Then what happens? As the charioteer thinks, as the owner guides, you have to take me to that particular place. So whatever the designated place is being told, so in that only we will be able to go or we will be able to travel. Why? Because the horses is under control with the help of reins. So that's why it is called Sadashva. So when our mind is under our control, everything becomes easy. Our life will be easy. So most of our problems are what? Because our mind is not under our control. Mind has overtaken the intellect. It is instinctive in nature. That is animal nature actually. So the intellect has to overpower or overtake the manas actually. Then it is intelligent, not intuitive, it is intelligent. Then only you can say a person as a human being. Means your power of discernment will be strong and you will not get carried over unnecessarily. So your intellect should be sharp, alert, and it should be leading, and the mind should be subservient to the buddhi. The same idea has been told in the Bhagavad Gita in the second chapter. Vyavasayatmika buddhihi rekeha kurunandana bahushaka henantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Means Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Vyavasayatmika buddhi means it is a focused mind, clear, understanded mind. He knows clearly and his mind is very focused, concentrated mind. Then Bahushaka Henantascha Buddhi Avyavasayina. But in most of our cases, just like there are different branches, if the river is flowing in a different branches, what happens? The water gets diverted and the force gets reduced, all these things. So similarly, many times our mind is also getting diverted in different ways. And because of that, the mental energy has been reduced. But if the river is going in a one flow or in one current or in one path, then what happens? You will get more maximum water and the force is also more in nature. So we are from avyavasayatmika buddhi, we are supposed to develop vyavasayatmika buddhi. That is the reason in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Yama and Niyama has been given as the first step. That's where in the Vedanta, in the Sadhan Chatushtaya Sampannata, first is what? Viveka. Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka. Then afterwards, Shamadamadi Shatka Sampatti. 6 disciplines. Shamadama, Uparititi, Diksha, Samadhana, Shraddha. Shama and Dama. Control of mind and control of sense organs. So without Shama and Dama, no spiritual progress is possible. No, it cannot be standard or it cannot be holded on. We might be doing so many circuses, no doubt, but if you want a steady spiritual progress and whatever you are spending time and energy, if you want to get it completely uh, turn into profitable practices, then Shama and Dama is must. We have to consider this Shama and Dama as very important in our spiritual practices. Not only that, even for any matter that, even if you want to achieve something in the life, if you have got a control over your sense organs and mind, that will become very easy for your achievements. We want to achieve this, we want to achieve that. I want to study so many hours. I want to meditate, or I want to practice music. All these things we think, but we are not able to do. Why? Because we are not able to control our mind and sense organs. Now, the question might come. When these two slokas, when I was reading, myself I got a question. For an example, now people who are taking care of the responsibilities, they have to take care of themselves, they have to take care of the family, they have to take care of the office work, then annual returns they have to do, tax returns they have to do, and so many things they have, so many responsibilities they have to handle. So if it is a focused mind, how can we do? Because one person has to handle so many responsibilities, then is it not avyavasayinam? If it is vyavasayan, but it's only one, how it is? No, here we have to little understand. So here vyavasaya or avyavasayi or sadashva or duštashva, we have to understand bit carefully. Focused mind versus distracted mind. I may have to do multitasking, or I may have to do different responsibilities. That is allowed. Scriptures are aware of it, and scriptures are also not stopping it. Scriptures are only telling that you should have a focused mind. You should not have a distracted mind. How to understand this? Now, for an example, all of you have come yourself voluntarily to hear Vedanta lecture. No one forced you. No one has made compulsory that you should come and attend. All of you, by your own interest, willfully, consciously, voluntarily, you have come and you are hearing. Fine, you want it, that's the reason you have come, very well, appreciated, but your mind might be thinking something else. When the class will end, I want to go and eat, or serial is waiting, or a film is waiting, or I want to talk with someone, some message has come, I want to see and I want to reply him back. This is called avyavasayinam buddhi. You thought to learn Vedanta, to hear Vedanta, you sat, but your mind is thinking different things. This is called distracted mind or avyavasayinam buddhi. This is one more experience I would like to share probably. This happens with most of us. When you sit for meditation, all even forgotten things you'll be able to remember. You might have put reminders, you might have put noted here and there, but still in spite of all that, you might have forgotten. But when you sit for meditation, all forgotten things you'll be able to remember. And your mind says, this is very important thing. You had forgotten. Now enough, stop the meditation, get out, get up and do this work immediately. Otherwise, the world will be in chaos. Or your life will be in chaos. That's how our mind plays and it stops our meditation activity. Why? The mind thinks, till yesterday you were all right. And whole day you were all right. Suddenly now you want to control me. Come on, I can't allow you this. When you leave me whole day free and suddenly you want me to control, you want me to be disciplined, I can't accept it. Sorry, my dear. Then it tries to not to obey you. But if you're firm, then it will give all blame, excuses, or it will give all very so-called intelligent logics. This is there, that is there, very important and all. And many times we become the scapegoats and we think, yes, this work is very, very important. Then we stop our meditation, we get up and we might land up in doing that work. So this is called avyavasayinam buddhi or distracted mind. So you thought for some work, you sat, you sat for study. Instead of studying, you are brooding on something happened in your either house or a workplace or in the streets or somewhere. No, that is what Dushtasva. Sadashva is when you come for lecture, hearing class, you will be doing that alone. Mostly as much as possible. Then when you are watching TV, you will not think of Vedanta. You are watching TV, you will enjoy the watching TV, no doubt. When you are coming to Vedanta, you will enjoy the Vedanta and not think of TV or anything else. So give your mind completely to whatever you are doing it and leave the rest. That is what we mean. So this is the difference between distracted mind and focused mind. So we should have a focused mind. So focused mind is what? Sadashva, and distracted mind or uncontrolled mind is what? Dushtasva. So without controlling the mind, controlling the sense organs, no spiritual progress is possible. All right. Yastu Vignanavan Bhavati, Amanaska Sada Shuchihi, Nasatat Padamapnoti, Sagum Shariram Chidagachati. Sorry, this shloka I'm not able to see. Just a minute.
Samsaram chadi
Yeah,
gachati.
Samsaram Chadigachati. Thank you, Darshan. Yeah. So, Yastu Vignanavan Bhavati. Again here, Yastu Avignavan Bhavati. Yastu Avignavan Bhavati means one who possesses no right understanding. There is a lack of proper understanding. Then Amanaskaha Sada Ashuchihi. When you are not alert, when you don't have a proper understanding, then what happens? One who doesn't have a control over the mind, Amanaskaha Sada Ashuchihi. Such mind will be always impure. Unwanted thoughts, unwanted feelings, unwanted emotions. Yesterday or day before, someone were discussing with me for a counseling. So he or she was telling that Swamiji, I am unable to practice meditation. I said, fine, this is the common problem for most of us, but you have to be firm and you have to keep on practicing. It will happen. Then they said, no, Swamiji, for a long time I am trying, it is not possible, etc. Then I started asking, okay, you tell us, what is your real problem? Why you are not able to control? Then slowly, I think they got a confidence on me. Then they started opening their heart. Then I was amazed, astonished to hear so many wrong thoughts, so many unwanted feelings, unwanted emotions has been there in his or her mind. Then I was thinking, with such type of so much unwanted feelings, thoughts in your mind, how can you meditate, my dear? It is not possible. Though I didn't tell explicitly. Then I have to tell to cultivate positive thoughts, constructive thoughts, etc. Because of that, then one should be capable of doing meditation. As per the counseling, whatever is required, I told, and I sent him or her. But I was astonished how a person can allow or how a person can encourage so many negative thoughts, unwanted thoughts or feelings. My goodness. So this is what here called Sada Ashuchihi. Many times, if you are not aware, we will give a place in our mind for unwanted thoughts, unwanted feelings and emotions, which are destructive in nature, which are negative in nature, which are utterly useless in nature. I mean, just like sometimes in the old computers and all we used to do, we used to delete old cookies, and with the using of defragment, we used to remove all the trash. So when the trash is so much, how can the place can be pure and clean, hygienic? It cannot be. So you have to have a filter when a thought or an emotion or a feeling is entering your mind. Is it required? Is it constructive? Is it positive? If not, then we should start saying that no, no, no. We should also start telling no for these things. न स तत्पदम आपनोति, सा न तत्पदम आपनोति. such a person who has got amanaskaha, ashuchihi, one whose mind is not under control and one whose mind is impure, saha, such person, na tatpadam apnoti. He cannot attain the ultimate goal. You can say mental peace, or you can say God realization, or you can say self-realization. Such person with an impure mind cannot attain the ultimate goal. Then samsaram chadi gacchati, and he falls back into the cycle of samsara, or he will be in the loop of samsara chakra. What is that? The cycle of birth and death. Okay, this is the problem which we all know that. Then what should I do to come out? If you ask, then try to develop the viveka, try to develop the shamandama, and try to keep your mind pure, because that is the reflecting medium. It reflects everything. Just like there's a mirror, in the mirror only you can see your eyes. Without the mirror or without any reflecting medium, you cannot see. If the reflecting medium has been damaged or it has been made dirty, then there is no other way to see the reflection. Because your thinking, your working, everything is done through your mind, our mind. When our mind is impure, it also it also affects our life. Why? Thought will work as a catalyst force for action. Then action produces results. To experience the results, again I have to take birth. Not only that, and the accumulation of the actions and its results is nothing but it creates a habit, and habits creates character. Character creates personality, and all thing, if you see, at the root is what? Thought, thinking, thought process. But unfortunately, we are not, bothering about it. Unwantedly or knowingly, unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, our mind is thinking so many unwanted things. Just like in the mobile, we keep scrolling in the Instagram, in the Facebook, so many wanted, unwanted things we are seeing, and so much inputs mind is getting received, and mind is getting dirty unnecessarily. So we have to have a filter, which sites we should visit or not, what we should see in internet or not. Everything is available. Vedantic lectures are available. So many beautiful commentaries are available on the Brahma Sutra and the Upanishads in the vernacular languages, and also the bad videos, vulgar things are also available in the internet. But we should have a filter using our time and energy and our money for paying. We are paying the money for internet also. So then we should always make use the internet in a right way. That's where viveka comes into picture, and that's where the alertness is required. It is nothing new for all of us. You all know all these things, but we are not alert. Since we are not alert, we are not careful, what happens? We will land into all wrong things doing. Then to remove it, to undo it, again I have to struggle. I have to do some more work. यस्तु विज्ञानवान भवति समनस्क सदा शुचिः सतु तत्पदमाप्नोति यस्मात् भूयो न जायते. So this is just opposite to the earlier mantra, earlier shloka. Yastu Vijnanavan Bhavati. One who possesses right understanding means one who possesses Viveka. Who is Viveki? He is aware of the time. He is aware of the things what he is doing. Why is he doing? How is he doing? He is very, very well aware. Samanaskaha Sada Shuchi. Samanaska means one who has got control over his mind. Then, because of he has got a control over his mind, he has got control over his passions and other things. So, Sada Shuchihi, his mind is always pure. There, Sada Ashuchihi, here Sada Shuchihi. Satu Tatpadam Apnoti. Saha to Tatpam. Indeed, such person will be able to reach the goal. Yasmat Bhuyo na Jayate. That person from which he is not been born again. Means because he is able to reach the final path or final goal. He is able to reach the final goal. As a result, he will be liberated and he will need not to come back again to this life of birth and death. Again, he is getting liberated. She is getting liberated means what? His subtle body is getting liberation, not the self. Because self was free, self is free, self will be free. Then all these struggles for whom? It is only for your Sukshma Sharira or for your reflecting medium called mind. So the Bandha and Moksha both are for your mind, not for the self. That has to be clear by this time, at least Advaita Vedanta. So one who has got a Viveka, one whose mind under his control, such a person will reach the final goal. So the verses 5 and 7 teach us about ignorant path. That is weak, uncontrolled mind, weak intellect, or bad intellect, then wild sense organs, and such a person, such people will be always suffering or will be in the cycle of samsara. Then in the verses 6 and 8 teaches the wise path, one who has got strong, pure intellect, and one who has got a controlled mind, one who has got obedient sense organs. So such people will lead the life of peace, tranquility, serenity, etc., and they will reach the ultimate goal, that is moksha or mukti. Even if you don't want moksha or mukti, you can lead the successful life. Because your mind is under your control, then you have got a time. Then you can do whatever you wish. Because our minds are not under our control. That is the biggest problem. Even if you don't want moksha, mukti, I'm not bothered about all that. Even if you want materialistic pursuit, also, for that matter, also, if your mind is under your control, then you can achieve many things. Vijnana saratirystu mana pragravanaraha sodvana paramapnoti tadvishnu paramam padam. Vijnana saratirystu, whose intellect as his charioteer, mana pragravanaraha, and the man, human being, who holds the mind as the reins, sodvana paramapnoti, means one whose mind is under control, one who has got a proper intellect, sodvana paramapnoti, he reaches the end, the goal of the journey. Tadvishnu paramam padam. What is the end? That is the supreme state of Vishnu, means attaining Vishnu, God realization, you can say. So here actually Vishnu means it is not the, if you take from the bhakti point of view, God realization, experiencing the God. But from the Upanishad point of view, here Vishnu means it does not refer to any particular devata or particular deity. Here Vishnu means Vyapyati iti Vishnu, one who is all pervading. That's all. The Vishnu, the root, if you take, one of the meaning is what? All pervading. So the Brahman or the Atman or consciousness is all pervading. So from that point, yes, the word has been used as Vishnu. Here Vishnu doesn't refer to any particular deity, rather it is all-pervasive consciousness. Because Vishnu comes from the root vish. Vish means to pervade. Someone who has got a controlled mind, controlled sense organs, and with a right intellect, then what happens? He reaches the ultimate reality. So this is what, by telling this allegory or this example, the Yama is trying to tell how one can be successful or how can we reach the goal, Atma Vidya or Brahma Vidya. The nature of Atman is being discussed, the nature of Brahman is being discussed, all that. It is Anitya, it is Shashvata, Nitya, Purana, Avinashi, all these things. So how to reach it? If you ask, this is the process. Control your mind, control your sense organs, and let it be pure, let it be alert, and you also have a right intellect, proper intellect. That's Viveka. Through this, one can reach the ultimate goal. So this ends the disciplines. That is Shama and Dama has been explained by these few shlokas. So by this, one can excel in spiritual life and go to the attain the ultimate reality has been told. It is basically sadhana. Afterwards, now again, in the next sloka onwards, he will try to discuss about the Atma Lakshana. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu. Yeah, if you've got any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Why are the results sort of repeated in 8 and 9?
Why are?
The goal is repeated in 8 and 9 in a similar way in different words. Is it for eulogy or?
Yeah, it is just, I think, to stress it, I suppose. Yeah, Sodvana paramapnoti tadvishno paramam padam. Satu tatpadamapnoti yasmat bhuyo na jhayate. If you see, more or less the same meaning actually. I think only it is to give stress. Gnana sadhanani, when you were discussing, to give stress itself, I think it has been repeated. It is a one way of doing sometimes if it is important, we repeat it twice or thrice. So probably just because it is important, from that angle, I think Emma has repeated in 2 shlokas. That's all I feel.
Maharaj, Pranam Maharaj.
Mhm.
Maharaj, any remedies for the Avyavasaya Buddhi? Any such remedies that you wanna? For example, when you started explaining about Avyavasaya Buddhi, the only thing was running that examples, all the examples that you gave, it's very much suits for kids who are going for their examination, something like that.
Yeah. So one is value education is what is very important. I always keep saying this, especially in India, in our Hindu families, this is the one of the drawback I always feel. We always tell our children that you should become a good doctor, good engineer, you should work well, then you earn money so that your life is settled. Fine. I'm not saying that you should not say that. Apart from that, you should be a good human being. We should understand about our religion, and we should understand about our culture, and we should also put into practice. So giving a moral education and value education, it is very, very important thing. Either it should be given in the school as a part of curriculum, or there should be a conducive atmosphere in the house from the parents. So this value education is very important. Moral education, you can say value education. By giving this, so you are helping the child to grow in a particular refined atmosphere, in a cultured atmosphere. This is very, very important. Apart from that, if you're a grown-up person, then you have to be alert. You have to keep on like a hammering. You keep on hammering. We should keep on hammering our mind. See, time and tide waits for none. So if I lost, say, 10,000 rupees by earning again, I can get it. But if I lose 5 minutes in my life, by paying even 1 crore rupees, I cannot get back the time. So time is very valuable, invaluable actually. You can't really value it. So such precious thing. So I should use the time in a proper way. How can I use the time in a proper way? For whatever intention, for whatever reason I am sitting to either to study, to do work, or to do japa meditation, for whatever. So for that alone, I shall try to give my time, give my mind as much as possible at best. It is not possible in one day, no doubt. By continuous practice, we should keep on hammering our mind. For our purpose, to that purpose particularly, I should focus. That's the one thing. And second thing, intensifying our good desires actually. I want to be good. I want to be pure. I want to be disciplined. I want to have a controlled mind. I want to be viveki, not aviveki. Such type of thoughts we should keep on remembering, or we should keep on hearing, we should keep on thinking. And of course, attending satsangs or a holy company and reading, japa, meditation, or good thoughts, study, all these things. So basically, we should keep on hammering our mind with the good things as much as possible. When you keep on doing it for a long time, then definitely our mind will come under our control. But with all that, we have to make a firm decision. Yes, I want this. I want to control my mind. I want to regulate my mind so that I can achieve success, either in the materialistic pursuit or in the spiritual pursuit. I should understand, accept, and I should try to put into practice. So consciously, we should try to do it.
Swamiji, I have a question. Sorry, anybody else is asking?
Yeah.
I have a question, Swamiji. Every time I attend.
Yeah, go ahead. But you are not, audible.
Now, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Every time whenever I can, I try to connect to the Zoom link of your satsangs. It is because I cannot go to a center, or because it's not available, or because I'm in a different country and all that stuff. So I was just thinking that because you're constantly talking about how important this study is for me and for the 20 other people online. So when you are talking, you can only see the names on the screen, not the people. There are 20 people and there are only 2 people, I think, on the screen right now in front of you, and the rest is invisible. So just because this is not possible in foreign countries, if you do a Zoom link in America or in Ireland or in Europe, everybody must be on the screen for respect. I'm not saying they have to. They might have their commitments, but if I'm listening to you seriously with respect, and if I have to follow Vedanta in my life and I don't do it on the screen right now, I don't know when I will do it, first of all. So last time I couldn't bear it because I have been on a Zoom link with 1,000 people as well, live on the screen, because that man said, without video, I'm not doing this session. So I just think that
Yeah, generally it is expected, but I don't, because they might have their
no,
own
you
reasons.
don't say that. That is your humility and humbleness that you don't say. But then what you are saying, if I don't get it now, I don't know when I'll get it. So I'm requesting all the other 20 people who are in India, and if they have time to come on the screen, if not, at least put your pictures or just give some respect, because Swamiji is talking from all the way wherever he is, and all he can see is the screen. He can also easily put just an audio and put his picture and go away and do his other works. But if you are taking your precious time out for us, then our value system and culture should respect at least that much to all the other 20, 19, 18 people. Thanks, Darshan. You're the only one. I'm in Italy right now, Swamiji. And I was in the car driving and I said, no, I have to see this. I have to hear this. So every time I'm listening, I'm trying to do that. But I don't know why this is my third Zoom with Indian people with you, and I don't see anybody. So I just feel a little bit bad that my family who is in India is not doing this. So it's my humble request to do, or else I can do a one-to-one with you also, Swamiji. Thank you so much for your guidance. Thank you. I'm listening and trying to practice it every day wherever I am. But it's nice to listen to you and do it in my life all the time. Reminder. It's like a reminder that we have to be conscious of what we are doing. We have to be aware of what we are saying, what we are thinking, reflect on what we do. So that's why we talk to saints and masters, so that we can know that we are on the right path. So sorry if I said something which is hurting, but this is how I felt. So I had to express it. Sincere expression.
Yeah, in fact, Darshan had sent me a message last week. Please, you tell Maharaj, if you tell, probably they will listen. They will not listen to us, they will listen to you. You tell. But I was feeling little bashful to tell that. How people
no,
take it.
You should not have to tell. If they are your students, and if they're really listening what you're talking about, and if they don't practice it in their own life, then I don't think anybody's listening to you. Some people might be driving and can't listen. They are only listening. They can't be on the video. Is understandable. But if you're telling 20 people at 8 o'clock in India cannot do this, then I don't know when they'll do. I can't go to a center. There is no center near my place. So that's why I'm online. So sorry about that. Thanks, Swamiji.
Yeah.
We will see you soon, this end of this month.
Yeah, I think next 2 weeks we will not have, because I'll be traveling Netherlands.
So we are
and
planning
other.
the next session after 14 days, no, Swamiji?
Yes. So Samit, our next session will be on 26th.
Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj.
For the concern on the video, I think it's a choice that we should definitely give to people.